Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're glad that you joined us this morning. We were worried we were going to have a slim bus, but you're a good-looking crowd. I see a face on most every seat, and we're glad that you chose to join us. Now, the highlight of your day is going to be the first stop of your day because it's going to be East Lawrence Primary School. Everybody's worked really hard to get ready for your visit this morning. They want their chance to show off and show you what they can do. We've got some students that are going to lead you on your tour this morning. They wanted to present East Lawrence Primary from a student's perspective or the student's point of view. So they're going to treat you like you're college people on a tour of a college, and you're going to have people to lead you around to different stops. We're going to see the art room, the music room, the computer lab, the gym. We're going to see some instruction in kindergarten, first and second, and I think that you will be thoroughly impressed with ELP by the time that you leave. ELP has roughly 680 students. We maintain that. Some weeks we're 685, some weeks we're 675, but we stay around 680 students. When you break it down, we have more boys than we do girls, but we end up being about 35% black, about 55% white, and then the rest of the school is a mix. We've got a little bit Hispanic, a little bit of American Indian, a little bit of Indian, so we've got a mix with that final 10%. But boys outnumber the poor old girls in the building by a goodly margin. But we have a bunch of really good kids, and they're all so sweet. I think the best thing about the primary is the kids at this age still want to give you love. And as soon as they get off the bus, that's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to give you a hug and smile. And if you can let 500 children hug you every morning and you not smile, then you need more. You need a real heart transplant, because these babies can really enlighten your day. We do a lot of wonderful things at ELP. Our theme this year is It Starts With Us, and we're the foundation. The primary school is the foundation. So many of the things that you read now in the news talk about how students at the 4th grade level are not on level for where they need to be. And when you get a child in the 4th grade that's not reading proficiently, it's almost impossible to bring them up to par when they've reached that point. So we're working really hard to ensure that we don't have anybody that slides through that's not reading on level or doing math on level. We have a great remediation program. Dana Hall, our counselor, and Melanie Deal, our RTI specialist, do a lot of different things every day to ensure that we work with children on every extra second of time. So we have RTI in the morning, we have RTI at camp. Anytime we can fix a little spot of time to work in a little extra to make sure our children that are struggling are on grade level, we don't let any time go to waste. iRead is a program that kind of targets those struggling readers, but it also has another component that allows those children that are ready to move on or that are operating at a higher level to go on and enrich them. We've really had some good results with that. It works off of iPads, so we use it a lot in small group instruction, but it's a really interesting program that can help children bring them up, and then it can take those that are on level and really push them forward. And we've had a lot of good results with it. We've tried it in what is known as an EIP classroom, which is an early intervention program. It's a regular ed classroom. It's just a smaller setting. It has a smaller number of students so that anybody that's struggling can get more of that teacher one-on-one interaction. But it's worked really good in EIP. We've also tried it in our regular education kindergarten, and we've had some children in kindergarten that are reading as high as 3rd grade level while using the iRead. So it's been a really good thing to push forward and to bring up to speed. So we're working very hard for the students of Lawrence County at East Lawrence Primary, and I think once you're finished with your visit today, you're going to leave with a smile on your face.
I really enjoyed going on the bus tour today. All the tour was very nice. I think everybody enjoyed it. It's so wonderful. I think we have some nice schools and nice administrators doing a very wonderful job. And so I hope this will continue to be in the future, to go around and visit all the schools. I think everybody would enjoy it and see what's going on around our county here in Lawrence County.
This is my first bus tour, and it is wonderful. I was so proud to see all of the schools and see all of the students in their enthusiasm and the teachers' enthusiasm. Today we went to East Lawrence Elementary, Primary, and Southwest, and all the kids were great. If you go on the tour, you see firsthand what the teachers are dealing with and how they are handling all of the changes that have come in education. You would be amazed to see how it's different now than it was even 5 years ago. I was especially proud to see all the technology that the students were using and seeing the enthusiasm of the teachers and the students.
My name is James Lindsay, and I'm on the county school bus tour. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm fascinated with the way the teachers are educating our children. You know, we realize that it takes a village to raise a child, and I just like the way that they gather in the system to kind of promote and push our children. I've seen a lot of amazing stuff today, and I like the way they're doing it because at 3rd and 4th grade, they're doing computers and they're being trained to protect our country. I have really enjoyed it today, and I hope to make the next one. Thank you.
Pre-K, the kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. And this is where the action happens. This is where the love is. You know, we've been told that the best way to show love is with food. So this is what we do. We prepare food every day, and we share love with our students and with our teachers and with the staff in general. So we welcome you to come in at any time and share with us.
ELP wants to thank you for coming today. Here's a little something for you to take on your way. There are some hugs and kisses packaged just for you to say thank you for coming to see just what we do. A little red bird, the peppermint, wanted to say, think of your friends at ELP and the fun that you had today. The family, the school, the community, it had a positive impact for oh so many years. Thank you for coming on the bus. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. FALCONS, we're the Falcons. 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 FALCONS, we're the Falcons.
I am so very proud of our school. We have the best staff, we really do. We've made some major improvements to our instructional strategies. Our teachers really, they did not even hesitate when they were asked to kick it up a notch, if you will. Our custodial staff is the finest I have ever worked with, and I've worked with quite a few. We have the best cafeteria staff as well. I actually taught our cafeteria director's child. As I have worked with our custodial, our head custodians, I taught his brother. I mean, I have lots of roots, if you will, with my East Lawrence family here, and I'm so happy to be back at East Lawrence Elementary after teaching for nearly 12 years at the high school and then taking about a 10-year sabbatical, if you will, to go somewhere else and work in a couple of other systems, and I could not be happier to be here. We have about 500 students. We have created a site-based management team here that manages all of our events, which is something that I brought with me. It's a wonderful idea of kind of anticipating events before they happen and making sure that we have shared duties and responsibilities. You never have to worry about having someone here at East Lawrence Elementary to show up and volunteer. As a matter of fact, I always have more volunteers than I need, and people will stay and help. People work very hard. Some of these elementary teachers work as hard as I did as a high school teacher, which is phenomenal. And I'm just so happy to be here at East Lawrence Elementary School. Some of the great instructional strategies that we have here at East Lawrence Elementary are small group instruction. Some people call them learning stations or learning centers. And our visitors are going to be seeing that today. We're using the Chromebooks, which I'd really like to have more. Hopefully we can go to a 1-to-1 ratio. Right now we have 5 Chromebooks per classroom, and our teachers have made the most of them. They really have. They'll have them in the learning centers where the students will be using them. They differentiate with them. Our kinesthetic, tactile learners, if you will, would be the ones that are inputting on the keyboard, while our visual learners are the ones that are maybe doing the research for the pictures that they need. And while auditory learners may be listening to a video package, passage while they're watching it, and they share these in a group setting. We also have really revamped the way we do our lesson plans, and as I said earlier, our lesson plans are something that I am putting on display for lots of people to see because they are a model of exemplary instruction in our building. You can literally tell by a teacher's lesson plans in our building, you can literally tell about the quality of their teaching when they go into that room. We're having to assess teachers using the TKS rubrics, and Standard 2 is all about instructional planning, and Standard 3 is all about instructional strategies. We have really focused on those two things, and our kids have benefited. Our teachers have not complained about it. Our teachers have embraced it, and it has been so beneficial for them and for our students as well. Some other things you're going to be seeing when you go into our classrooms are examples of student work, their collaboration together, not just in a group setting, but in research settings. They go to our newly outfitted Century 21 lab, and they're working on the Chrome boxes, which was also another technology initiative to get our students more engaged in technology. And that's what we promote, not technology that replaces teachers, but technology that engages students, and the teacher is more of a facilitator. And trust me, we don't ever turn completely loose. There's nothing better than old school teaching when it comes right down to it. So we don't ever turn that loose. What we do in our building is a combination of factors and a combination of instructional strategies, because that is what's best for our children here at East Lawrence Elementary, and quite frankly for children all across America.
Mid the wavering pines of Georgia, 'neath the bright blue sky, stands our noble alma mater, East Lawrence High. When the cares of life overtake us, let's turn our memories back, and to thee, our alma mater, of the gold and black.
This is our second bus tour here in Lawrence County Schools, and we are so excited to get the community involved and to have the opportunity for the community to see all of the workings in a large organization such as a school system. We're here at East Lawrence Elementary today as one of our stops, and the students are taking the time to show off their schools, their accomplishments, and the things that happen here in the school. In addition to that, we're also focusing on and highlighting some of our support staff that work here in East Lawrence Elementary. Our support staff in all of our schools are so important in helping our schools to run as efficiently and as effectively as possible. We would like to invite all of the community to take part in these bus tours so that they can see the happenings and the details and all that goes on in our schools here in Lawrence County. The room that we're in presently just happens to be one of our computer labs. As technology is increasing and as we move into this 21st century, we want our students to become effective 21st century learners. That includes them knowing and understanding technology and using technology efficiently. The technology in this classroom are Windows-based machines so that students can learn how to use them, and also the efficient use of technology as a learning tool in instruction. The technology in this room, for the most part, several of these are Chromebooks. Chromebooks are a new addition. They've come up in the last 10 years. They're very inexpensive and they're very affordable. Parents as well as students can use Chromebooks as their initial preview to using technology. Chromebooks pretty much run on a Google platform, and they're made by Google. They allow students to use word processing, a lot of the normal word processing skills with PowerPoints and Pages, but in the Google platform. We're introducing these to the students and also getting them used to testing and assessments that are required by the state, which are now done using technology and on a computer system rather than the traditional pencil and paper.
Weather is a combination of many things. It never stays the same. It's always changing. Precipitation will come in many forms, depending if the temperature is cold or warm. If it's cold, you see, it could be windy, blowing snow and sleet could make the roads icy. If it's warm, you know you could see a tornado. Watch the rain pouring down, see a thunderstorm
Yes, this was my second tour of our elementary and primary school system in Lawrence County, and one of our faculty in the school system said that this was a foundation of our school system, and it truly is. We saw a lot of great students this morning who are excited about going to school and being with the great teachers that we have in Lawrence County.
Hello, my name is Cynthia Green Stanley. I've been working with the Lawrence County school system for over 30 years now, and I have thoroughly enjoyed the educational as well as work experience. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting out away from my desk and seeing what's going on in the schools today. I mean, there's technology is so much different from when I came up. I learned a lot, I savored much. Most of all, the kids were so well-mannered and so very knowledgeable about their task on today. I've served here at the board as the FTE director or coordinator for the district, and I'm also Dr. Julie Alligood's secretary here. I just love and have enjoyed this trip and have enjoyed the fellowship of different businesses coming out and participating in what we have to offer here in Lawrence County.
We want to welcome you to Southwest Lawrence Elementary. It's the home of the Little Raiders. Y'all are going to enjoy seeing that. My children are very excited to see you, all 1,091 of them. We serve pre-K through 5th grade. Just so you'll know the demographics, we have 51% male, 49% female, 4% Hispanic, 23% black, 71% white, and 2% biracial. Our pre-K program is funded by the Georgia Lottery, and we use Bright from the start. I'll put our pre-K against any pre-K in the state. Nah, we'll make that the United States. They're that good, and you're going to be impressed. We've been talking a lot about how schools have changed. You may remember when you were in school, we had the same academics: English, math, social studies, and science. We still do at Southwest Lawrence Elementary. We call it English Language Arts, and they learn reading and writing. We have those other academic areas, and then we also have rotations. We take all of our students, every grade level, when it's their rotation time, they divide out and they go to a different rotation class, 8 school days in a row. Our students also go during that time to RTI. RTI is the response to intervention, and that helps them strengthen areas where they may be weak, concentrating on math and on reading. We have another program in our school under special ed. We have the only Marcus Institute trained class for autism in the Middle Georgia area. We're very proud of that. People constantly want to come there, but that's a service offered within our system right now. We have some fabulous teachers there. You will get to meet the teacher. I don't believe you'll be able to meet the students. That will depend on our schedule, but you will be able to meet the teacher, and she'll tell you a little bit about that program. We have an ESOL program at our school because we have the largest ESOL program in the area. We have 26 students at our school in ESOL. Most of them, you're probably thinking 100% Spanish, but in Lawrence County, we actually have students who speak Spanish as their first language, Korean as their first language or native language, but primarily at Southwest Lawrence, we do have most of the Hispanics who fall in ESOL in Lawrence County. Our motto, like all the schools in Lawrence County, is rigor, relevance, and relationships. Every teacher, every student, every day. We believe that. Every student can learn. You saw that in one of the classes at one of the schools we visited earlier, where there were different groups doing different things. That's pretty common in Lawrence County because we found that that's the most effective way to work with students. Introduce a concept whole group, break it down and teach it and reteach it in small group. You'll see some of that at our school if you're able to see some of the classes in action. We believe that family is very important. As I said earlier, Southwest Lawrence Elementary is the heart of the Southwest County. Now, when many of you were children, a school was a community school. There was a town here in Lawrence County where for PE they went and walked on the sidewalk and came back at a period of time. That's no longer the world that we live in. Our school is remote. I won't call names, but one of my colleagues who works at the central office said, "You're down there in the boondocks." We are in the boondocks and we love it down there. But because we're isolated like that, we have to go the extra mile to involve families. So we're also a Title I school. We're Title I because 72% of our children qualify for free and reduced lunches. So there's poverty in our area. With that in mind, because we're a Title I school, we have to work extra hard to bring families in. We have 5 family nights. We just had a family fun night a few weeks ago. We did a lot of free activities for families. You may have seen that in the paper. We had some great coverage, some pictures in the paper about that. The only thing anybody had to pay for was their meal if they wanted to eat spaghetti supper with us that night. We have a science program coming up in the future, science night for families. So we do a lot of things to try to pull our families in. In reaction to that, or in response to that, we're blessed with a very good PTO. They've been able to help us and fund some of our technology. Every one of our teachers at Southwest Lawrence Elementary has 5 iPads or Chromebooks in their room. So they do a lot with technology because it's the 21st century and that's the world our children are being raised and educated to lead in. We also have a school council. By the way, if any of you live in the Southwest area and you'd like to be involved with our school council, see me at the end of this bus ride and I can work with you on that. Teachers in our school have to go the extra mile to provide two-way communication. Our teachers send a weekly newsletter out to families. They utilize technology such as Remind 101 so they can text message families. They do a lot to make contact. They all maintain a parent contact log where they list who they've called and what for. We're big on parent conferences. We're big on being the heart of the community and bringing people in. There's a lot being said in the media about testing lately. Well, it's true, we test a lot. There's reasons for that though. In the spring and mid-April, all of our students take the milestone. 3 times a year they take STEEP to figure out where their weaknesses are in reading and math. We also use that data from tests to determine how we're going to manipulate our instruction, plan resources, plan learning, plan those interventions that I referred to as RTI earlier. One of the things that came from that was that our students, we found from our data, were weak in reading. So we've done a lot and made that a primary focus in our class, in our school. We've been working a lot on writing, so you're going to see some of that. Because of that, we also are going to administer the Right Source writing test 3 times this year so that, again, we get feedback. It's going to tell teachers what can we do to help this child be a stronger writer. I'm excited about you coming to Southwest Lawrence. I hope you like it. And by the way, when you go in our commons area, look to your right and you're going to see our goldfish. We have 9 of them. We feed them every morning and the children love them.
My name is Andrew Bethea. I'm on the bus tour today of the primary and elementary schools at East Lawrence and Southwest Lawrence. And it's so wonderful to see how hard the teachers are working with our children and how our children are so eager to learn. And we're certainly proud of them. And we hope that they continue to be aggressive the way that they are and present themselves well. We certainly thank the principals for allowing parents and grandparents as well as administrative staff to make this tour. And I am proud of our students throughout the county.
This is our second bus tour that we're trying to get the citizens and business people of Lawrence County to come out to our school just to see what we have to offer. We got a lot more to offer than most people realize. We want to see all the technology that we're offering and what the kids are doing and the rigorous lesson plans that we're pushing them through. But we're just proud of what we're doing. We're proud of what our teachers are doing, our administrators, and all our staff are doing.
Oh, we have the best school system. It's the best in the state. I thoroughly enjoyed today. I got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, being retired from the school system. But the kids are awesome. They did so much. And they're our tour guides, and they told us a lot of good stuff about the schools, and it was awesome. I really appreciate the school system doing this, and I hope I can come next time.
It's been a great opportunity today to tour around Lawrence County and go to the East Lawrence Primary, East Lawrence Elementary, and then back here at home for me, Southwest Lawrence. It is such a great day to go into the classrooms and see these students engaged, involved in technology, teachers that are just engaging their students and that are up working hard, and to seeing our staff and our students stay involved in what's going on with the curriculum and working with these students that God has blessed us with. We've got a lot going on here in Lawrence County, and we've got a lot to be proud of, and we've got a lot of great things still to come.